Hello everyone! Welcome to this game! There, this time I remembered to zoom in after we got a good look at the border. Did we get a good look at the border? I'd say it's a pretty good looking border. Once again, I'm on the Super Game Boy, or rather the Super Game Boy 2, which was the Japan-only sequel to the Super Game Boy. Not really much different than the Super Game Boy 1, just has some extra borders and a Game Link port. Also a light on the front of it that lets you know that the system is turned on, which is good for me considering I have the Super Nintendo remodel, which for some reason does not have a power light. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are playing as this Gator here, who is on an adventure trying to get home. I think there's more to this story, but I forgot to look at the instruction manual before today's stream, so we'll just go with that, and I'll look up what the story is between streams if I want to. So we got 4 levels here: sky, mountain, ground, and water, and we can go through these levels in any order we want. I'm gonna go start with this level here. So, Tail Gator here is able to hit enemies with his tail. And our goal in each level is to break open all the treasure chests and locate a key that will allow us to go into the next room. The key will always be in the last chest you find. And basically this is the gist of the game. It's not really a very complex game. Things don't really get changed up too much. There's a couple extra gameplay gimmicks along the way, but this is basically it. But you know what? I am okay with playing a simple game from time to time. Also, enemies, as you may or may not have noticed, respawn, so I do not see much reason to try killing them all. It's more a matter of killing them if they get in the way. For example, you are kind of in the way, so out of my way. I believe each level in the game has 4 or 5 rooms to get through. So this will be 3 rooms. Oh yeah, and there's also different powers we're collecting all the way. The B is a bonus. Basically, the more of those you collect without taking damage, the more points you get from the beam. So far, I have not done a great job at avoiding damage, considering how low my health has gotten. Your health, of course, is represented by hearts, and every so often you're able to find more health inside a chest. Definitely a good thing to have. Meanwhile, we have these P icons, which is a power-up. If you collect enough of them, you get extra powers. I definitely want to get extra powers. 1 more, in fact, should do it. Oh yeah, and there's also bombs. Just a moment here, don't disappear on me. Okay. So bombs are screen nukes. And the more enemies on screen at the time, the more points you get. Like, through a multiplier. It's actually kind of satisfactory to get all of those points. Alright, finished up the first level and have wrapped around back to the main room. Every time you beat a level, you get extra health. That is pretty nice. How about next we go into the sky? Now these clouds you can sink through. You can't really control when you sink through them. Basically, it's you stand on it long enough and you eventually fall through it. I could have avoided that hit just then, but as soon as I saw that bomb pop out, I hesitated to kill the other guy, because it's like, do I want to wait and have more enemies on screen for more points? By the way, as you may have noticed, I have acquired enough of those power-up icons to give me a souped-up tail. And shoot enemies with a tail beam. That is pretty cool. Wish I could do that with my tail. For those of you who are new here, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Erica Wemmiss Fuzzbottom, and I am a spotted skunk dragon. And of course, as a spotted skunk, I have a rather froofy tail. Kind of froofy. Kind of like a lion's mane. The wispy sort of floof. Of course, being a skunk, we have the reputation of being smelly. That is a stereotype that I prefer to avoid, so it does not get brought up very much during my streams. Every so often, if the opportunity arises, maybe. But otherwise, these streams are stink-free. Hopefully. I mean, there's always a possibility that I stink as a streamer, but I'd like to think that I'm relatively decent. And I just took a hit there. Could have avoided that hit if I didn't stumpy jump. Of course, you can control the height of your jump by how long you hold down the button, and I kind of failed to hold it down properly. By the way, longtime fans might actually recognize this game. Years ago at YouTube, I did these streams called Game Boy Wednesday. Basically, every Wednesday, I would play 3 different Game Boy games for about a half hour at a time. And at the end of the stream, people would vote which game they enjoyed the most, and the winning game I would continue to play the next week, while the other 2 games I would swap out for 2 different Game Boy games. It was a really fun idea, but it really didn't work out. I have such a small fan base, especially at the time, that I would not get enough votes. And basically what would happen is I'd have so few votes, there would be frequent ties. And so what would happen is, more than one occasion, more than one game would wind up winning. Sometimes all 3 games would tie, and all 3 games would continue. It kind of took the fun out of it, and I kind of decided to just abandon the Game Boy Wednesday series. I wouldn't mind being able to do that again sometime, doing Game Boy Wednesdays, but I'm at a point now where I'm not really interested in streaming games unless I own them. I own a decent amount. I own over 30 Game Boy games, but that's really not enough to do an entire series on like that. By the way, the way that swimming works in this game is you basically press directions to move around. It's not like other games where you press the A button a bunch of times to swim. No, it's basically just press directions you want to go. Okay, if I'm fast enough... And I was not fast enough. Don't know if you noticed, but the power, you can recharge it if you collect enough power icons fast enough to make up for how the power is draining. Because of course, your powered up tail is only powered up for so long. Everybody respawn, thank you. You only have 1 life, by the way. If you lose all your health, it's game over. Thankfully, game overs aren't terrible. You basically just get sent back to the hub room, and that's it. Alright. Last level for Area 1. Now, interesting thing about this game is because you can choose what levels you go to in any order, it also means you could wind up hitting the boss of each level at any time. In one of the 4 levels, there is a boss. In this case, probably a safe assumption that the boss is located in this particular level. So, I could have gone to this level first and fought the boss right away. There's also the occasional secrets in this game. Like, I know there's a couple of hidden chests somewhere. I can't remember where specifically they are. This is not a blind playthrough, by the way. I have beaten this game before. And there's also a secret exit somewhere that lets you take you to a bonus room of sorts. I don't think there's any of that in Area 1, though. You guys are crowding me. Stop crowding me. Something to definitely keep an eye out for, though. Give me all the health, please. You kinda have to wait if you want to drop down from those blocks. Be careful with their timing, because you never know, they might decide to disappear while an enemy is under you. And unlike most platformers, you cannot damage enemies by landing on top of them. Nope. Only way to damage enemies in this game is with your thick, meaty tail. Not gonna lie, I have a bit of tail envy with this Gator. Oh, my tail is pretty nice, of course, but take away the floof and it's basically like a cat tail underneath. Anyway, here we are at the first boss, and the cool thing about the bosses in this game is they give you instant tail laser. Now, how much health these guys have, I'm not sure. They don't really display that. Basically, just spam the attack button until he dies. Being the first boss, of course, he is pretty easy. The real cool thing is when you defeat them, they fade away like Final Fantasy boss style. And with that, we have successfully cleared Area 1. This game, of course, uses a password. You probably noticed that already. A password after every level. So that's kind of nice. Very forgiving when it comes to choosing where to go with each level. Or with continuing. Basically, you beat a level and you can quit and just have the password. Oh! And while I was standing around, my energy was draining for my super tail, so that was kind of dumb of me. Oh well, easy come, easy go, I guess. Kinda think of it. I said it would be nice if I could shoot energy beams out from my tail, but... you know, being a skunk and all... I suppose I don't necessarily need that ability. I already have something kind of like it. Not that I really use it very much. Just FYI, even to skunks, skunk spray smells really bad. That said, this is certainly neat how you use your tail in this game to attack enemies and other stuff. If there's one thing I like about animal mascot characters in video games, it's when the game actually takes advantage of them being an animal, and it's not just for aesthetics looks. Like, take Bubsy the Bobcat, for example. He's a bobcat. Cool! What ability does he have? He can glide. That's a thing that bobcats do, right? No, they do no good job at all with taking advantage of the fact that he's a bobcat, aside from the fact that you can collect yarn balls. Meanwhile, we have this Gator here totally taking advantage of the fact that he has a big meaty tail. Granted, it would be kind of nice if we took advantage of the fact that he has a big chompy mouth. But the fact that we are using his tail is still good enough. That's unfortunate. Couldn't you have hit me after I got those bonus points? Good boy. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, that was almost bad. You know what? Screw all y'all. Ooh, secret. If we go down here, there's a slight thing here that indicates there's a secret, and I'm going to go through it before I take damage. And we have encountered an alternate route. So that's pretty neat. I don't know if this is an alternate route for real, or if perhaps instead this is an extra room, whereas the real exit might have actually taken us out of the level. Honestly, I have beaten this game, but not enough to memorize the levels in it. That said, if you were expecting an expert on this game, I hate to break it to you, but I am not that expert. I just kind of enjoy this game. It is a weird and quirky platformer. Wound up discovering it one day whenever I was browsing YouTube videos, and it's like, well, that seems interesting. I'm gonna get this game. One level down. Let's go underwater next. It might be good to do underwater now while I have this energy tail. Although tight spaces, not entirely helpful. Would probably go without saying, but be wary of the currents underwater. They're not super strong. You can fight against them. But they can definitely screw you over if you're not careful. I'm also not entirely sure how the power-ups in this game work. Because like I said, it's always the last treasure chest that has the key. But that brings up the question, what about the other treasure chest? Does that treasure chest always have bonus points? Or does it just have bonus points because that happens to be the second treasure chest that I thwacked in this room? Not really sure how that works. All I know is, gotta get them all. I mean, since the game requires it, of course. Doesn't matter how risky a treasure chest seems, you gotta get it. I'll deal with you after I break that one open. These items are thankfully big enough that you don't really have to worry too much about being hit by spikes. You know, I seem to be handling this swimming mechanic pretty well. When I first started playing this game, the fact that you use the control pad to just move around in the water really threw me off for some reason. Matty Ratty is getting ready for his stream, alright. Good luck with that. I will send you a raid, assuming I do a proper job at remembering. Oh boy, getting a little crowded here. Thankfully, your tail has a pretty decent hitbox. Now, these items that we're collecting do have a limit to how long they'll stay on screen, so I do want to try to grab them before they disappear. And there goes my bonus points again. I know points aren't really important, but I still kind of wish I could keep them. Oh hey, found the location of the next boss. Let's actually properly hit this guy. Oh, this is like Totanga from the end of Super Mario Land, except slower. I could have easily avoided that hit. Oh gosh, you're doing something a little bit different than Totanga there. However, you are dead. I'm kind of curious now, would you have attacked me from that side, or would you have just rebound at some point? Whatever. We already took care of the boss in this area. We still do have to go through all 4 levels. Beating the boss does not mean we can just move on. Oh yeah, I remember what else throws me off about water. You can't just hop out of it. You have to be standing on a platform to hop out of it. As far as music in this game goes, doesn't really have a whole lot of it. The sky level has a song, mountain level has a song, the ground level has a song, and the water level has a song. That could have worked a little bit better. Thank you, health. No, I don't know what you're gonna do once you reach me, but I'm not gonna wait to find out. Somewhere in this level, by the way, or not necessarily this level, but somewhere in Area 2, one of the levels definitely has an invisible treasure chest. So I'm kinda wanna try to find that, wherever it may be. I can't remember specifically where. In fact, I might have already passed it at some point. But something to keep an eye out for. Oh, there it is! Sneaky. Gotta love these little secrets like that. Oh, and good news is... that's a waste. Good news is that... the invisible treasure chests do not count towards finishing the level. So if I didn't know that was there, doesn't matter. It's only the visible chests that you really gotta keep an eye out for. Thinking on it with those hidden rooms, the bonus levels like the one I found earlier, not sure if there's any reason to go after them. This game doesn't have more than one ending as far as I'm aware, and it seemed like it was basically just another level. Ooh. Wanted to be careful there. I almost did not see that there were spikes right above that heart. Alright, there's a current we can't fight against. Because it's a waterfall. As far as length goes, this game, I want to say it's 4 areas long. Not a super long game, but it does get pretty challenging. Thankfully, I've definitely gotten the hang of this game since starting it up earlier. I am not taking near as much damage. I don't think I am, anyway. Actually, might be entirely possible that I am taking just as much damage, but there's more treasure chests with hearts. Okay, this is good to have right now. Go ahead and do your shooting, and then I'll come on down. And those guys are about to respawn, I think. But it doesn't matter, because I have already got the thing. So that just leaves getting around this guy. I'm not entirely sure what it is. A squid, maybe? It moves like a squid. Or like a blooper, at least. Alright, here's the question. Can I get through this level in, like, 2 minutes? It's the Tiny Toon Adventures conundrum, where I want to be able to complete multiple areas in one video. Well, no, I don't think I'll be able to get through that in the amount of time that I have left. But at the very least, I'm not having to quit in the middle of a level. That was my main concern with Tiny Toon Adventures. Whereas in this situation, we're between levels. In the middle of Area 2, but still in between levels. With that said, we're definitely going to go ahead and close things off here, and next time we'll finish Area 2 and head on to Area 3. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.